please. I'd like to call your attention, please. I'd like to now invite Scott Shire to the lectern. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. You know, I was thinking, they said that I don't have any evaluators. That means I don't have an introduction. So that must mean that I am a person who requires no introduction.
Leave it to Scott.
Take them away, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The hook.
Yeah. Oh. All right, Bill. I've got a whole bunch of handouts, but I have learned from the past, I'm not going to hand them out until after I have talked with you all. Toastmasters membership. That's what I was asked to speak about, and increasing the membership. And it brought to mind a quote from a guy that I just dearly love, who inspired me a lot, Zig Ziglar. He has a quote that he repeats all the time that always sits home with me. It says, "You will get all you want out of life if you will just help enough other people get what they want." So true, isn't it? So what do we want out of life? And I was thinking about that, the things that, as successful, entrepreneurial-minded business people that we are, and members of the society of the human race, we want success. We want recognition, encouragement, respect, confidence, friendship. And I thought, Toastmasters gives us all of those things. I thought about the first time when I came in. By the way, I'm going to segue. I'm not equivocating. I'm going to give you a little bit of the reason why we have Toastmasters, the value that we have here, and then how to share that with others. But first, when I came in to Toastmasters my first time, I was greeted by the Sergeant at Arms, blanking out on her name right now.
Laura.
No?
No. Lisa.
Lisa, thank you. Thank you.
Yay, I love my memory.
Lisa was doing such a great job.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, she's much cuter than you too. But I'm embracing all the new visitors as they came in and welcoming them, bringing them to their seat, giving them some information. Other people came up to me, and immediately I felt like this is a place where I can have friends, where I can have fellowship and friendship. And a lot of us, I mean, we are relationship-seeking mechanisms. We seek relationship with others. So that was the first thing, and I still see that in Toastmasters. Here, we are developing friendships and relationship. We're sharing deep moments with each other. We're learning about each other and encouraging one another. So that's one huge thing that everyone's searching for that we get out of Toastmasters. Another thing was confidence. Usually, most people coming into Toastmasters because we're not quite as confident as we like to be in speaking. I like to fake a lot of people into thinking I'm confident, but man, my heart's going like this right before I come up here all the time. Not so much anymore. And that's because I've been developing my confidence, as I know each of you have been doing, and the rest of the world wants to do. After all, people fear, more than death, they fear public speaking on average. And we're helping them to get over that fear. We're also looking for respect, especially men. Men really crave that respect thing. And in here we evaluate each other. Yes, we're pointing out what we can do to improve, but we're also really pointing out what we've done so well. And as you read those evaluations, your sense of being respected and your self-respect keeps going up. And that's huge for each of us. We need that. And lastly, success. As we are acquiring better speaking skills, greater confidence, feeling respected, our success does go up. We start going out into business, making our presentations with more confidence, fewer filler words, less dinging from the bell. We now hear everyone else using their filler words. Hard to listen to politicians anymore, isn't it?
Yes.
Our elevator speeches, our time at networkers, or other networking groups, or just other business encounters becomes much more productive because people see you as being more confident and respected and knowing what you're doing because your speaking is so much better. Tom Peters says, what gets measured gets done. Toastmasters knows that, so they give you your books, your Confident Communicator, Confident Leadership. We fill those out. We have speeches that we go through that gives you outlines for those. It gives you areas of leadership to push your envelope, to push you to become better. And it measures those things, and ultimately, you can achieve the DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Designation. Really, that's the equivalent of getting a master's degree in communication and leadership.
Whoa.
And yet, for a cost of less than $100 a year. Now, there's a cha-ching good deal, okay? So don't think of Toastmasters and your speeches as burdens, because I know sometimes I do, but I have to resync my mind and think, no, it's another opportunity and we all need opportunities to take advantage of. Don't run away from them, embrace them, go into them. So on the page that I will be handing out to you, I flipped it over to go on to what are those opportunities. One is the speeches. Don't just come up to give a speech. Do it either for helping yourself to get things out about your life that will help others, or as I've seen a lot of you do, use it to practice your business presentation. Something that you might be giving next month or down the road in business, practice with us. Use that time, leverage that time so that you get then effective feedback from the rest of us how to improve your business presentation, how to become better and more successful in your job. We're all potential customers for you, or even better yet, potential referrals of customers for you. Take advantage of us. That's one of the neat things about us being related to the, or associated with Chamber of Commerce. Most all of us are business owners and have lots of connections. And along that line, invite your peers and coworkers and friends to come in when you are giving a presentation, to come hear you. What a great way for them to give you some feedback, for them also to learn about the great group that you're a part of, and maybe invite others too. And that leads me into how you increase even further your value in the marketplace, and that is by offering the Toastmaster opportunity to others. You know, most people when they're offering you something, you're wondering, okay, what's their hook? What's their get back on their side? But with Toastmasters, you don't get anything really by bringing somebody in, at least not financially. But you do get, what's the phrase? It is better to give than to receive. Here's something that you can give to others around you, and yet it doesn't cost you anything, and yet it sure feels good, doesn't it? When someone comes in, and hopefully it all syncs up, and they say, yeah, that's what I was looking for. A safe place to grow stronger, grow better. Okay. By doing that, you're also seen as a leader, and you're enhancing your image also as a public speaker, because they're saying, wow, you're already in Toastmasters. I mean, in their mind, they don't know, we're a bunch of people trying to get better. They're thinking, man, you're a public speaker. You've overcome death. You speak to the public. Okay? And then we have our specific, now that's Toastmasters in general, but we have our own OC Toasters. As I already said, we're unique amongst all the other Toastmasters. We're affiliated with the South County Chambers of Commerce. That's huge. We've got a business connection in there. So most Toastmasters have all walks of life, which is great to have all walks of life, but we have a common focus, more business oriented. That's great for those that are in business. That was a dramatic pause.
That was equivocated.
So through the OC Toasters connection, we also have opportunities to take what we learned here, take it back like to the networkers group, practice our elevator speeches there. You get the 10-minute presentation, which I schedule for now too. So, and I'm looking for people in Toastmasters that want to do their 10-minute presentation at networkers. Come join, take advantage. We'd love to have Toastmasters giving those presentations. Great leveraging of your time that you have in here. And of course, all that for a cost of $45 every 6 months. You can't get a better deal around town. So what's your next step then? With that, you want to invite somebody. Look at your coworkers, look at your networking buddies, look at people that are ordering at the cash register and not sure what they want to get or stuttering, or somebody that praises you for speaking so fluidly, and you say, you know, I learned that at Toastmasters. Really? What is Toastmasters? Let me tell you. Wouldn't you like to come? I'll even buy you breakfast. Come on. It's a great segue. It's a great introduction. It's a great gift that you can give to others. And I encourage you to try that. Listen. So that's listening for the opportunities. Now also take proactive stances. Think around the environments that you visit. What lobbies have you been to where they, like your auto repair shop, your dentist, doctor, other areas where they might have a waiting lobby? Think, normally they got People magazine out there. Why don't you go up and talk to the office manager and say, could I possibly put a small brochure stand out promoting your local Toastmasters organization, a non-profit organization to help people improve their speaking capability? Shoot, that person will probably want to learn more about it and join right there. But you put that out and say, you know, we've also got some magazines that might be of interest to people to put out there. Educational, put the Toastmasters magazine in those waiting rooms. We'll put our little label in the back. It's a great thing to pick up and read. People want to learn while they're waiting. Those articles teach them and promote our club at the same time. Great way of extending the vision. And then we're Brad, our man with Meetup. Take advantage of Meetup. We've got, I think, 11 or 12 of you that have signed up on Meetup, but only about 3 each week actually go on to and say that we're going to the next meeting. You can go on there, very easy to register, do it, and then meetup.com, very simple, write it down on your sheet of paper and I'll hand it out to you. And then when you're on there, go and say you're going to the next, I think they list out like the next 10 or 12 meetings. Say you're going to all of them. Because people go to Meetup and they want to see, is anybody going to this thing, whatever this thing is. They see a dozen people going, oh, okay. Other people trust it, I'll try it too. And then lastly, if you have a website, put on your, and I've got to do this, put on your own website a link to OC Toasters. What a great way to elevate the significance of your own website, because it shows that you're a member, and it highlights the presence of OC Toasters, and it's just a good win-win. We cannot link back to you, I don't believe, as a nonprofit per se, but you can link to us. So those are my thoughts, but those are just mine. I know all of you have been very successful, and I only have a green light. So I was counting on this. And I know a lot of you have invited, I mean, most all of us came here as a result of an invitation. I came actually as the website, so I love the website marketing. But I know Susie's our champion here. 5 new members in the, last 6 months? I think even less than that. And so I wanted to ask from all of you, but especially from Susie also, just what kind of things have you done to introduce OC Toasters to other people?
Thank you, Scott. What I do is I listen to people wherever I am, and I am out and about most of the time, more than I'm home. And when I hear people struggle with speaking with a lot of ands and ums, or just being fearful of standing up in front of people, I have OC Toasters cards with me all the time, and hopefully all of you do as well. And if you don't, please get some. They're in the box up here before you leave.
I will pass around to staff.
Great.
Grab a couple more for the wallet or purse.
Yeah, just carry them with you. And so I offer them to people, and I say, I point out what I've heard in a loving way, and ask them to come and visit our group. And of course, the morning hours, just like if you're in a BNI or the TIP or something, that's always a concern for people, because I had a guest that was supposed to come today, and she's not here. And she said to me, I can't believe I'm gonna be showing up at a meeting at 7 a.m. But typically, if you can get them here, they will see the value. Sometimes it is just getting them to an early morning meeting, but once they're here, they love all of you, and they love the value that we're getting.
That's because we're all so lovable.
That we are.
I
So
can
just
say
listen.
amen to that.
Pardon me?
I can say amen to that. You invited me and all those things were true.
Fantastic. Excellent points. Anyone else just have any? Yeah, Nancy.
Nancy.
Julie, I'm sorry, Julie.
Okay, that's all right. I can be
Get yours
Nancy.
right.
I'm not as skinny as Nancy, but that's okay. I'll work on it. Okay, so when I was speaking at the broker preview meeting a couple weeks ago, after I was walking out, and a couple realtors and affiliates stopped me and said, they love to hear me speak. I said, thank you. I'm in Toastmasters, and I love Toastmasters, and here's the card, and here's when we meet, and all that good stuff. So by, again, someone complimenting you on your speaking is a perfect opportunity to say, hey, this is where I got it, and it's a great place to be. And if you want to work on, your speaking ability, come, so that's what I share.
Excellent example. Yeah. Love that. And yeah, Scooter.
I do the networking as well for but my biggest approach is online. Actually, I have a database that's nationally, but I focus Toastmaster messages on like a little sidebar to my regular messages. So my toasters, the high points, and I broadcast that to about 4,500 people about a week.
Wow.
And I've got some clicks on it according to my stats.
Fantastic.
So I'm more of an online cohort.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Just one other thing, if you're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, you can put that you're in Toastmasters organization, and you can put a link there to our website.
We also have a group on LinkedIn.
We do,
Yeah.
that's right.
That's right. And join that group, and that enhances, again, your image on there.
And give it thumbs
But it
up.
also, ups the level of group.
And I'm gonna mention from a selfish point of view, for each of you, part of the internet search is credibility. Once people find you, understand that internet shoppers are looking to buy. And then when they find your services, looking for a reason not to buy. Okay, one of the reasons people are afraid of is people that don't have, say, brick and mortar presences, okay? So what they do is they're looking, for example, they search and they find an attorney. They take and they Google either the phone number for the attorney or they Google his name. And they find his website and they find articles written about cases he may have done, etc. I think my brother, for example, has about 30 pages of articles about him. Nobody goes and reads those individual articles or pages. They look at it and say, huh, I guess he's an Orange County attorney.
Credibility.
And that's all I always say that the search on the internet is not very deep, but it is wide. So my suggestion to everybody is fully develop your profiles on every group that you belong to and explain what you do with them.
So OC Toasters is part of your extension of credibility and success. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for that inspiring message, Scott, as usual.
Good job.
And if I can get a timer report, please.
I'd like to tell you that I cried with your speech. I love seeing you speaking. I really admire you, but you went over your time.
I saw the lights.
You were the only one that, Diane was the only one that went over the time.
Well, you're the winner.
So, whatever.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
I'm thinking that was his face.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Running unopposed is not a winner.
Yes, it is.
I'd call everyone to please,
Well, it's a shoo-in, not a winner.
Hammond only got one speaker, so she was by default.